Hi everyone, welcome to the Afro Collective. This is Afro Soul, and today we'll be discussing Kanye West and his recent Twitter fingers that he's had. Now, I quite like Kanye West. His music is great. Now, the last couple of years hasn't been that amazing. But Kanye West in general, I would like to think of him as a free thinking individual for the most part. He does whatever he wants, whenever he wants, and however he pleases. Now, recently in the last 24 hours, Kanye has been under fire because of his tweets. So Kanye on Twitter just started going in, talking about that he's a free thinking individual and that he supports several individuals that may or may not be controversial. Um, one of them being Donald Trump. In response to this, people said that Kanye was in the sunken place because he seemingly supports Donald Trump. However, I actually disagree with that. Kanye never tweeted that he supports Donald Trump. He wore the hat, the Make America Great Again hat. And people all of a sudden assumed that he was now Republican or that he supported Trump and his ideologies when all he says that he likes free thinking individuals. So in response to this, Kanye says, I love when people have their own ideas. You don't have to be allowed anymore. Just be. Love who you want to love. That's free thought. I'm not even political. I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. So what Kanye essentially is just saying is that be who you want to be. You don't have to be someone that you're not, and you don't have to bend or yield to a certain mind frame or thought or ideologies in order to feel accepted. In regards to the sunken place, he said, and also, I'm all the way at the sunken place. So at least he acknowledges he was there for quite some time because, as we all know, Kanye went through a mental breakdown. Um, I guess they say he overexerted himself and he was fatigued and had to be hospitalized, but we all know, come on, that was not just fatigue. There's more things going on. So continuing his tweet, he said, and I'm not scared anymore. I'm not scared of the media. I'm not scared of the past, and I'm optimistic about the future. This tweet is in love, not fear. So as we see, Kanye is trying to spread this message about love. Honestly, I'm gonna have to be honest. There is so much more important things going on in this world than whether Kanye is in the sunken place or not, or who he supports or who he doesn't support. For me, it just seems to be that Kanye has emerged, and I don't know what's going on or exactly where his mind frame is, but I don't know. He seems to be in a different state of mind compared to the past. I'm not going. I am someone who believes in, and I hate this word, but being woke and essentially being self-aware of your thoughts and yourself. I am a free thinker. I don't often get scared of what people say or how they will influence me or what they'll think of my thought because I am me. The difference is that although I support Kanye, I guess waking up and wanting to be a free thinking individual, my issue is that he has completely mixed up free thinking and egoism. Kanye West is quite egotistical, as you know. Everything seems to be about Kanye and what Kanye is up to and what he thinks, and nothing else outside of Kanye matters. He's quite egotistical, he's quite capitalistic, and you can't talk about free thinking and those type of ideologies in one sentence and then turn around and be a completely other different person that is married to Kim Kardashian, that is quite egotistical, that is so self-absorbed and is also quite capitalistic and materialistic. That's my problem with Kanye, that he can't seem to figure out who he is as a person. I feel like he's thinking out loud and he tweets out loud instead of actually looking within and having a dialogue with himself and thinking, hey, I'm going through a transitional period of my life. What should I be doing? What should I be thinking? He's thinking out loud and putting it out there to the universe. So he's putting out in the universe, aka the Twitterverse, half-formed ideas and ideologies that don't make sense, that should be able to make sense, but because they're half-formed, they seem incomplete, right? You know, and he's also, for someone who's free thinking, he's also playing into this political agenda that's currently going on. For me, I do think that Kanye has an agenda going on. As we all know, he has an album coming out soon. He's been working on several projects with a lot of people. People are saying he's in a different state of mind and frame of mind, but this is the same Kanye. Um, I if it is all about being a free thinker and not belonging to the status quo, then I understand. However, Kanye is a part of the status quo if people don't realize. And for me, I am a huge supporter of free thinking, and I am a supporter of people who self. For example, Akira Frost once said, "It is imperative that we promote and encourage critical thinking skills and free thought. When people blindly follow the masses, they only skim the surface of life. Deep thinking and self-knowledge add depth to the experience of life. Real knowledge and understandings are empowering," which is absolutely true. You have to be a free thinking, critical thinking individual. Unfortunately, or fortunately, Kanye is coming to a realization of what it's like to be truly a free-thinking individual. Because although he was outspoken before, I don't think he was a free-thinking individual. I don't think he was a free, critical thinking individual, because he always had to worry about the masses. He always had to worry about the media. He is a public figure. But I think all of a sudden, I think Kanye is becoming more aware. I don't believe in calling people erratic or crazy because they think differently. I am someone who thinks differently, and I get persecuted in the community that I belong to. And my own culture and community is quite strict, so I get persecuted a lot for being an outspoken and free thinking individual who doesn't go along with the masses. Unfortunately, I do think that Kanye needs to actually take a break, get off Twitter, go somewhere and think, look within. Don't be going on Twitter with half-formed ideologies of what you're becoming, because it also opens the channels for people to start attacking you and to start attacking your way of thinking, and it disrupts whatever metamorphosis you're going through, or whatever metamorphosis with your ideologies that you're forming. It completely disrupts it. He probably should be taking time off and actually becoming a free thinking individual, not saying that he is, and then arguing with people on social media. So, is Kanye in the sunken place? No, I don't think Kanye is in the sunken place. I think Kanye is becoming aware. Unfortunately, he's not in an environment where he can be aware freely without everyone else's opinions being included in his dialogue with himself or with the universe. I don't know. Kanye's gonna have to figure it out. He's not in the sunken place. I'm tired of people calling people who think differently in the sunken place. He said he's not a Democrat or a Republican, and I'm surprised why black people are actually Democrats. If you look back to what the Democratic Party has done for the black people, they haven't done much except disrupt the community, imprisoned, a portion of the community, pump drugs into the community, gotten dependent on social welfare. I mean, the list goes on and on. Neither one of the party are great. I don't understand why people kill themselves or go to the really defending these parties as if they represent your interests. They don't represent your interests. You need to start thinking for yourself. And now, if Kanye has a meeting with Donald Trump, it doesn't mean that he supports Donald Trump. Now, I don't know him personally, but he did say that he can meet with someone and disagree with them, but can have a discussion with them. I can have a discussion with someone that completely doesn't share my values or thinks completely different, but I can sit down and have discussions with them. Does that mean I'm in the sunken place? No. It means I have the ability to converse with different people. You shouldn't have yes men around you all the time that think like you and that are like you. You should challenge yourself to have different people with different perspective around you. So if he's challenging himself by talking to different types of people, whether they agree with him or are similar to him or not, he shouldn't be met with by being called a coon or that he's stuck in the sunken place. This is a brother that is trying to discover himself and trying to find his own voice. He's quite egotistical. Yes, I agree with that aspect. And he needs to kill his ego before his ego kills him. However, you can't call him a coon just because he's completely thinking different all of a sudden. That is what it is. Kanye is not in the sunken place. Leave the man alone. And he's not crazy. You need to stop calling people crazy. Anyway, leave your comments down below. Tell me what you think. Is Kanye in the sunken place? Is it not? But please, please, please be logical and with reason. Do not troll and do not get in your feelings. This is a place of discussion.